Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of IireTalks. You're back with obviously your host, Shamari, and today I'm with a friend of mine. I know I'm always saying that, but genuinely, everyone I've had on so far is actually my friend. So, this is a friend of mine, and the one thing I want to say about this person is probably how much he networks in the sense of just supports people. I actually became friends with this person through someone else. And he messaged me on Instagram and he was like, let's reach out, let's meet up for a coffee just to chat. He didn't want anything from me. It wasn't to get anything from me or for me to get anything from him. It was genuinely just to chat and see how we could help each other. And that's when I realized that he's a proper stand-up guy. So, yeah, without any further ado, meet my boy.
Hello.
Well, welcome, man. Who are you and what do you do, bro?
All right, my name is Eddy.
Yeah.
I'm based in West Yorkshire. We run a company called the RUK Security.
Okay.
So we basically work with security in premises, so commercial, domestic.
Yeah.
Usually it's cameras, burglar alarms, and access control. When I say access control, when you go into a property and you need to pop a fob onto a little device and the door opens
Yeah.
and then things like that. Then
Okay.
cameras, obviously, everyone knows, and then burglar alarms. Also do a little bit of electrical alongside Bravo Electrical,
Okay.
but mostly security.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you? But where where would people normally find you? That be on like social media or?
Yeah, so I mean, we are on Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
mostly on Google as well. We try to place ourselves on Google mostly because we want our reviews to show our credibility.
Okay.
So we try to separate ourselves from other people
Yeah.
with the aspect of making sure we know the reason why people want security.
Okay.
Most of the times you're looking for cameras and people say, oh, I'll just bang 4 cameras on or 3 cameras on.
Yeah.
But our tagline is actually in your corner. So we try to ask them, what's the reason why you want
Yeah.
cameras? Why you want protection, which is usually what they want, and what do you want from it? So through a vetting process, we'll find out what they want and then we'll work with them. So communication is really key, and keeping also trust in place is also
Okay.
very important.
Okay. Okay. So when is this something that you've always seen yourself starting to do? Like, was this something that you've been into from young, or was it a college course that got you into it, or?
No, so I mean, the story is longer. So, not a lot of people know, but
Yeah.
I'm not actually from the UK, so I'm
Okay.
Italian.
Okay.
Born.
Yeah.
So when I got here, I was always told like learn a trade, and I got into electrical first.
Okay.
But working with someone and things happen, and then I ended up working in this industry instead.
Okay.
So I got a traineeship,
Yeah.
and they put us through. We did 2-3 years with them, and then I worked with another company which is local, and they taught us how to work with alarms, and then sort of picked it up from then.
Yeah.
Whilst I was working with these companies, I've always been someone that has always wanted to build something for themselves.
Okay.
So I was always asking questions, which is
Yeah.
I always say is key. Like asking questions when you don't know something, even if you look like you know, why are you asking so many questions? Why? But I always ask. I
Yeah.
don't care to be looked as somebody who knows it all. I
Right.
want to know. So I've always asked questions and learned more as I was going. And then it got to the point where I was like, I might as well set it by myself.
Just get on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you said going back to something you said in the first answer, you said that you are very into your Google reviews.
Yeah.
How does that benefit your business, and how can that benefit someone else's business that wants to get a good reputation?
So I think one of the most important things is not just obviously the Google reviews are important,
Yeah.
but it's having an online presence.
Okay.
When it comes to like a company that's trade based, a lot of people think word of mouth. That's the first thing that comes out.
Yeah.
But through help of some friends and also a network group that I'm in, I've realized that word of mouth does not go the long way.
Always. Yeah.
Not anymore, anyway.
Yeah.
If you think of it, most people, like not our generation, but the younger generation, will also, if they're when they grow and they're looking for tradesmen, the first place they'll go is TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they're not gonna ask their mum and dad.
Yeah. Who do you know?
Who do you know? No, it's gonna be
Yeah.
TikTok. And then the guy that's on there, there's making videos and telling them about, oh, I'm a plumber and I had this fault. That's the guy they'll pick, especially if he's local. So Google is important because the next place they'll go to is, let me go to Google and check his reviews.
Check that, yeah.
So we try to direct all the traffic to Google. And then through me trying to build a company, I've also learned what SEO is.
Okay.
Just search engine operations.
Yeah.
So making sure that everything comes back to Google, everything comes back to your social is a network.
Yeah.
And also meeting people organically.
Of course.
So which is what I did with you.
Yeah,
I was just like,
yeah.
I was seeing you post and I was like, you know what, I might as well hit him up.
Yeah.
And that's mostly what's kept us going.
Of course.
In fact, our biggest projects are usually through people. It's not like the cold outreach. Is usually someone I know, and that will say, "Oh, I know someone that needs this."
Yeah.
The most instrumental for me, like I say, and the ones that's always pushed is Bravo Electrical.
Okay.
So when I was working for companies and then I was working for myself overnight, he was always like, "Do it for yourself. Try and do it for yourself." And I was like, "It's hard." I was obviously fear. So you're like, like, I'm not gonna be able to pay my bills.
Yeah.
But he's always been like, just give it a go first. And I did it, and we're still here. So
amazing. I was actually going to say just now, when starting out, we all have that moment, right? We all have that thing that's like, oh, I don't know where to really go from here. Can I not? Fear, stuff like that. I mean, I'll just talk a little bit on when I started out. I started out and I had like I want to say the best way to describe it is probably an unaligned partner. So we weren't seeing the same thing, and we were and that was like one of the things that made me think, oh, do I even do this? How can I get around this? What was yours other than fear? Because you've already said obviously fear was probably one, but you've obviously overcome that.
It was very similar for me as well.
Yeah.
I had another business partner with me as well.
Okay.
And the unalignment is serious.
Yeah, it's very serious. Right?
I mean, we're still mates.
Of course.
But it's just like, I was seeing things quite differently.
Yeah.
And eventually we split. You know, we went our different ways. But I was seeing it as, for me, it was not, and it's not just about the money.
Yeah.
I'm not just doing jobs so I can get cash in. It's more like building relationships along the way.
Of course.
And building a process.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't understand that you have to build a customer process.
Yeah. Which
all of the big businesses understand.
Yeah.
So if you're buying something from Argos, you go online and they'll ask you, they'll give you more suggestions about what you want, and then you choose, look at the reviews. It's all a process. And then in the end, you buy whatever and it comes on your doorstep.
Yep.
But it's a process. But some people don't understand it that way, especially again from the trade standpoint.
Yeah.
They think, oh, he's asked me to put curtains up, so let me put curtains up. But it's a process.
Yeah.
You have to understand why, and to be able to get more business as well. If you build a network, if you build a relationship with a customer, in the long run, you get more business from that same customer.
Bro, customer service is one of the most important things. This is what I talk about in business a lot. I say customer service is one of the most, if not the most important thing in building your business, because word of mouth, as we're just speaking about, is important. But if your customer service is poor, the word of mouth is going to be negative on you, and you don't want that. So I think that's very important. What would you say your top 3 challenges were when you were starting?
I think the most important thing, it was motivation. Now, through the process, I realized that it's not even about motivation.
Yeah.
It's discipline.
Okay.
So motivation comes and goes.
Yeah.
But it's getting rid of your emotions and then getting stuff done, regardless of your emotions.
Yeah.
Then the second was also obviously trying to get work in to sustain yourself. So that came through networking mostly.
Okay.
So you can pay for all this advertising, but if people know you and they see you regularly, the first person that comes to their mind whenever they need something is you.
Is you, exactly.
So you now build the trust. Hence why I started posting stuff online.
Yeah.
Which I should post more.
Yeah.
But it is, even after building presence now, it's much easier.
Of course.
Because people remember you. We go to the run club and people remember you. I've got a job through the Run Club
Tell
as well.
them what run club we go to, boy.
It's Keep Me Young.
Of course, man.
Led by Ade Okojibe,
Of
Ade
course.
Runner. But that for me, that's where things changed.
Yeah,
So I built a discipline over there through running,
of course.
through meeting people. It pushes you to network with people as well.
Talking about that, just quickly whilst I touch on that networking, it's the perfect time to just shout out our sponsor for this video, which is Keep Me Young Run Club. And funnily enough, we're actually we've got like a little team going on, and me and bro are actually a part of that. So it's a very good run club that is based in Chapel Allerton, in front of the Starbucks at 6:30 on a Monday. You can go. It's for all paces, and it's very well-being focused. I want to say it's just there for your well-being. Today's product, which we're going to talk about, is the gummies, the sea musk gummies. I actually tried this on the episode with Eddy when he came on, and they're very nice. I'm not being biased. They don't get stuck in your teeth. They're coming in with a lot of different benefits on the back, and they're all on the tub as well, so you'll be able to see it. But if you just look online, which it will be in the description on Keep Me Young's Instagram page, and they obviously have their website as well, and you'll be able to look at all the different products on there. Use the discount code IireTalks and you'll get a 15% discount as well. Yeah, getting back to that, bro. Talking about, whilst we're on the topic of running, you've haven't always been a runner, but recently you're getting quite fast, aren't you? What inspired you to do that? Was that, and do you think that was something that's like the reason you've been able to get good is because of the like motivation and the determination you've had with like just starting your business, with just putting your mindset
I'd say
to
it's
something? The opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was more like there were a lot of things going on in my life. So I thought, you know what, the best thing I can do is just get out there and have a run. And I started about a year ago.
Okay.
And then obviously problems, as you know, you're trying to run a business, problems multiply.
Oh yeah.
And then the answer has always been, you know what, if I can get out there and have a run and do a run, I'll be fine. And it's always helped.
That, yeah.
So I only decided to join a run club probably in April because I said I need to find a way to network.
Okay.
And I did. And when I did, I realized, okay, there is a structure that you can follow.
Yeah.
And it helped. So I've actually been running probably 2 years. And before, there was a time where I was doing like 10Ks every day.
Yeah.
But I was getting injured.
Yeah.
So things like plantar fasciitis, or like my knee will hurt, my knees will get cold, things like that. But ever since I joined the run club, it was like, you'll ask a question and he'll say, oh, just do this instead. And I'll try it and it works.
And it works, yeah.
So my improvement is just skyrocketed in the period of time where I joined the run club. And like I said, networking, business-wise.
Yeah.
Just making myself present. Somebody asked me, they said, oh, you know what? I've got a mate who's got a restaurant. Can you put in cameras in? I went there, served the place, put the cameras in. Done.
And that's just a job. So you would say networking is very important then?
Oh, yeah.
For you. Yeah.
It's more important than any advertising you can put in. People think, like, I need to get so much money and put it into advertising. Get out there, go to places, speak to people.
Yeah.
It's harder said than done, of course. But go into places, being friendly, meeting people, DMing someone.
Yeah.
It goes much longer, much further than just
advertisement.
I need some 10 grand to put into Facebook Market and whatever.
Exactly. I think with people it's as you've said, it's easier said than done because a lot of people suffer from social anxiety. You know, again, I like to just remind people that this space is not for us to come on here and be like because as we both know, you've said at the start of this episode, motivation. You were scared. We all go through these stuff, but it's just about showing them that you can get over that. And I think networking is very important. I am someone that definitely suffers from social anxiety in some senses where I get very quiet around, and you probably still see to this day, bro. Last night I'm at Run Club, I will go and just sit by my own because I get overwhelmed. And when I'm a business owner and I've got to just communicate and speak to people, and at work I don't have the chance to be able to sit back in my own zone, I then go into my own zone. But it is very important getting out there and selling yourself because the same way you're speaking about the Run Club and it's giving you opportunities, it has with me as well. And if I didn't get myself out there, I wouldn't have had that. So I think it's very important. I think it's just surrounding yourself with people that are gonna benefit you, isn't it? Quickly, what have you got a quote or like a line that's really stuck with you that you've heard or you've ever heard before that someone said to you? Mine, everyone knows mine. I bang on about mine all the time, but mine's obviously, a, a winner is a loser that tried again, and that just means someone that didn't give up the first time has now gotten the chance to do it again and they've won. Have you got anything that sticks with you that you think?
Two things come to mind. So, I heard earlier they were talking about fear of failure.
Yeah,
And it struck in my mind. I thought, failure doesn't exist.
yeah,
Failure is there when you stop.
okay.
You only
Okay.
because until you're dead.
yeah. You haven't failed yet.
Exactly.
You just need to go again.
Failure is only here.
Yeah,
But they said as well, it's like changing direction.
yeah,
So I put that in my mind quite early. Obviously, my background and my family, my mother is one of those people that's always like being like, if you see someone doing something, you can do it as well.
yes.
Because they've got the same two arms, the same two legs as you.
Yeah.
But it's like you look at some
You know
people.
black parents are as well, man.
You know, I'm thinking, so can I really do what they do? You can.
Yeah.
It's just you probably have to go through a lot more work than they did, or maybe less work.
Of course.
But if you try it,
you can
works.
do it.
And then the next thing is, like I said earlier, forgetting about the thing of motivation.
Yeah.
And thinking more of discipline. Sometimes you think, will I be able to really do this thing? But if you look at the result, if I do this, what will happen?
Yes.
I'll be successful. And then you put it in your mind, I will be successful at the end of it. You're not going to think about the doubt of it. Like, am I going to be successful? But what is this?
I will be.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It will happen.
Yeah.
And if you do it that way, then whatever obstacle comes through, you then think of, okay, how can I break this obstacle down?
You can overcome that.
Exactly. So it will look like a mountain. And a lot of times you will say as a business owner, it's all in your head.
Yeah. Yes.
You look at whatever the issue is and you think, this is so big. But if you break it down in little bits, there's always a solution.
There's always something.
Get one step, then the next step, then the next step. By the time you realize, problem solved.
Honestly. I was just going to ask you, maybe you can just give me a quick different answer because you've just like honestly hit the nail on the head. But I was going to say quickly before we go, what would you tell someone now? I'm someone that's gone to college, right? I've gotten my college degree. I've gone to university. Maybe I've gotten my university degree. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm working for someone, putting up security cameras, and I'm thinking, I actually ready to take that step. I want to do something. I want to do it on my own. I want to now start working for myself, but they just can't do it. What are you going to tell them to get them over that line or try to?
Well, you nailed it in the head in the question. You started with, you said, I can't do it.
Exactly.
It doesn't exist.
Yeah, obviously I know, but it's for people that are watching.
Yeah. What I would say is, if you're starting off and you're thinking, will I be able to do, whether you're an electrician, plumber, can't does not exist.
Yeah.
You've put it in your head and you're looking at obstacles, you're thinking, you know what, they're making so much money, how will I be able to make that much money? You can.
You can, you just need to do it.
The important thing is have a plan. So sit down and break it down and think, okay, like, I think for me, one of the biggest obstacles was the van.
Yeah.
Having a vehicle.
Yeah.
Because I was working out of my car at some point and it was not optimal.
Yeah.
So getting a van, and it brought me to my knees. I'm going to tell you, like, I had 3 vans in the space of 3 months.
Yeah, because
it would just break down. And then I remember once the van that I got, the last van that I got, I drove to somewhere. Then my recovery came and picked me up. And then the recovery broke down. You cannot make it up.
You can't make that up.
I was like, it will bring you to your knees.
Yeah.
But if you're a tradesman and you want to do it, you can work for someone, put some money aside, and then save up for a van. Yeah. Once you get a van, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Get on Google, get the reviews while you're working for someone. You can, I don't know, like, get on these apps, these directories.
That gives you personal reviews.
Exactly. Bring personal reviews in, because I was doing that before.
Yeah.
I was allowed to do that, obviously, by the company.
Yeah.
But I was doing that before, and I managed to get, like, 280-something reviews before I even left.
Amazing.
So the importance is you can work on your dream whilst you're working for someone.
Just have a plan.
Exactly. Have a plan.
Amazing, bro. I mean, thank you so much for coming on, bro. And obviously, we speak off camera all the time, so I'm sure you will be back here and we'll be seeing you again. I think it would be nice to get you and Eddy on so we could just have a little chat like we always do when we meet up. But thank you again for coming, bro.
Thanks. Thank you.
No worries.